3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Podcasting from the 84 Design Studios in Greenville, South Carolina. This is the Almost a Show podcast. Now heard on your iPhone and Android with the Stitcher app.
Well, you know, it is the Almost a Show podcast. We welcome you. And Mr. J. Kaz in the corner.
Yo.
With his pink room.
Purple, son.
Purple. I don't think it's any better, man.
Purple all day.
Purple room. He's got his dog that organizes his shoes as he's going during the day.
And clothes. I found a pair of pants.
Nobody can hear you over the music. I just killed the music. It's trial by error here, ladies and gentlemen. It's trial by error.
Slowly but surely, we will get this figured out.
Yo, what's the name of your dog?
Wrigley.
Wrigley?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he can't hear me. I was like, yo, Wrigley, come here. What's it doing? So your dog just decides to, like, you're gone all day, and your dog decides to just straight up get in your closet and pull all your shoes to the living room?
Well, it's Brittany's shoes. My shoes stay in the closet. He takes my clothes, though, and he'll, like, put them on the couch, or he'll bring them up on the bed. And I think he, like, lays with them because he misses us. Something like that.
That's adorable. How old is he?
We don't know. He's either 4 or 2.
What is that? That's a big age. You know, he's either 4, but he could really be 2.
Yeah, nobody really knows for sure. We rescued him, and the place where we rescued him at said he was 4.5, and he doesn't really look 4.5, and he's chasing his tail right now. So I hope a 4.5-year-old dog still wouldn't go through the chasing the tail habit.
You never know, man. It's a lab?
Yeah, he's a lab and a Great Dane.
See, mine's a lab and a cocker. He's 7 months, man.
Yeah, and then we took him to the vet, and the vet was like, nah, he may be like 1.5 or 2.
You know, he might be like 2 or 4, but he could be 10.
Yeah, exactly.
He might be 10.
We may only have him for like another 6 months, and then he dies of old age. Nobody knows.
That's mean, man. Death is a hard thing to talk about, especially the dog. I just got my dog, so I don't even want to think about like 12 years down the road when I'm having to, you know, do bad things. And
yeah, your dog's relatively small though, so he'll probably live to be like 15 or some crazy number.
That's what we're trying to hope for, man. That's all we're doing. That's our kid. That's it. That's done.
Yeah, and we kind of look at it like that too. People are like, oh, when are you gonna have a baby? And I was like, I have a kid. I have to feed him and take care of him. We can't go places all the time.
He shits in the floor. I have to clean it up.
No, he was actually really good. Like, he was housebroken when we got him. He knew all of like the basic commands, like sit, lay. He plays catch really well. He brings the ball right back, drops it at your feet. I didn't have to do like any training. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna adopt like an 8-year-old, and then that way I don't got to teach the kid things either. The kid will come like the dog came.
You know, the kid, though, he might be 8 or he could be 12.
Right.
We don't really know. We're not so sure.
No, it's a crapshoot. You never know. It's one or the other.
Well, we welcome you to what is one of many live Almost a Show podcast. Normally Sundays, 9 East, 6 on the
What happened to Wednesdays, Sean?
When were Wednesdays?
What happened to Wednesdays?
Well, you know what? Here's a Wednesday.
He's probably like our most loyal listener. We're just like throwing him under the bus right now.
I don't know. I don't know where he got that from, but Sundays, 9 East, 6 on the West Coast of the pot smoking Pacific, and that's all I know. I don't know any Wednesday shows we've done. Even when TJ and I recorded, they were always on Thursdays. They weren't ever on Wednesdays. So I don't know if they were thinking.
Maybe he did say Thursday. No, I think you guys. Well, I guess you would know since you did it. You sure
Silas?
It was like late Wednesday night?
Okay, well, still, that's like midnight. Okay, well, if you're on the West Coast, maybe it went up on Stitcher before Thursday. But technically, when we got done, it recorded, rendered it down. It was Thursday early, like midnight for us. So I'll give whoever that was on Twitter at Almost a Show the benefit of the doubt. But anyway, we do welcome you normally live on our YouTube channel now. Seattle is where Mr. J. Kaz is, at the J. Kaz on
this
Twitter.
guy right here.
You can also interact with us together at Almost a Show on Twitter, the Almost a Show podcast on Facebook. Some sad news that we posted on Facebook on, what was it, Monday, Jay?
Yep.
Of course, here on the East Coast, it was 7 o'clock my time. I was just jumping on the air. I was going to play a bunch of Selena Gomez records. I was excited. I was so ready. I had that One Direction, the new song about to pop. And I was about to throw that selfie game on, hashtag 7 p.m. selfie, what? Jay, you participated in it. You call it hashtag 4 p.m. West Coast selfie.
Yeah, that's right.
So I go to get on the air, and I pop up Facebook, which I hate. I don't like Facebook. I'm not a Facebook
we
fanatic.
can maybe talk about that when we get to it, but we need to kill off the Facebook.
I'm not mad that people haven't added our Facebook fan page.
Yeah,
we're
over it.
I'm not that disappointed. I've grown up over the years.
Right.
But anyway, so I jump on the air, and the first thing I see is NBC Nightly News. It's like breaking news. Robin Williams passed away at the age of 63. And when you read something like that, and you read something like that, and then you're like, oh no, I read the name wrong. Because you're like Robin Williams. Like, I know that name. Like, I've watched, I don't know, every movie.
Right.
And seen every comic act, and of course he came here to Greenville a few years ago, sold out like 3 shows, and so it was like I read it a few times, and I had to put it into perspective. I was like, Robin Williams, and I Googled him just because I'm like,
it had to be Robin Thicke. It was Robin Thicke. He started living the crazy life. Cocaine caught up with him. He's done.
Those blurred lines, man. They get caught up with him.
Blurred lines.
His wife ended up taking him out. No, Robin Thicke, very much alive as far as I know now.
Right.
Robin Williams did pass away. And so it's funny, in the entertainment business that I'm in, you got to keep everything upbeat. And oh my gosh, even when you announce stuff like that, it's weird because it's like my first break was we got some breaking news. Here to the studio, Robin Williams passed away. You may know him from Patch Adams and Jumanji and blah blah blah. And so I did it over dead air and just fired the song and didn't talk. I didn't need just was we'll give you more as soon as we know. And I'm looking on on Facebook, other radio stations are starting to kind of see it, and it's they did it as a game. It's Robin Williams died at the age of 63. What was your favorite Robin Williams movie? I'll go first. Here are my 3.
Yeah.
And I'm just at a time where, and of course the rumors were flying that he had committed suicide, which of course we now know he committed suicide. I'm really? We're going to play a game with it? They're going to win a Robin Williams prize pack? Because they picked the favorite 3 movies? Seriously. Yeah. So it was it was pissing me off in a way that the media immediately took to this let's play a game with someone's death. And so I just posted. Finally, I guess E Online or something, a very credible source, by the way. They finally posted.
PerezHilton.com.
Yeah, Perez. That's my boy right there. We kick it. We kick it in the streets. So they finally posted it was a suicide, and so I just posted on our Facebook page. I just said simply, I was like, Robin Williams, we've got some updates. Died due to suicide. We don't know how. I was look, anyone out there struggling with depression and thinking you're alone, you're not. You need help. You can contact us. I was like, I'll find help. I'll find the people to help you. I'm not a licensed psychologist by any means. But we'll find you the help you need. And just the flood of people that were just writing back these paragraphs of oh my God, thank you for and I'm not trying to praise myself yay, I did the greatest thing ever. I'm just saying
let me tell you how great I was in this moment.
Let me tell you, this death, I took it and I was the greatest person ever.
Ratings were through the roof.
Yeah, ratings through not really at all. Not really at all. That's another topic for another day about my ratings. But I digress. No, it's just you got all these other people doing these games of name the four animals in Jumanji.
Yeah, it's pretty pathetic.
And then I saw where I think it was you tweeted on our Almost a Show page from Adam Carolla where I want to read this actually. It's at almostashow.com, or excuse me, it's at almostashow on Twitter. I guess Adam Carolla had tweeted, and it's from the ABC News. And up top, they do banners where if something breaking is happening, you'll see it in all red, click here now. And it says up top, Jay, did you tweet this? I think you did. You retweeted this?
Yeah, I think I retweeted it from somebody else that we follow on Twitter.
I think it was Adam Carolla. So
yeah.
It says breaking news, watch live, aerials of Robin Williams' home. Because that's
zero respect for, one, the family, but two, just they do it because people watch it. So what does that say about where we're at? Where we're just monsters. I think I was interacting with somebody last night on Twitter that's lives in Great Britain, I think, or England or somewhere over there, and pretty much saying the same thing. Like, we're so desensitized to like just respecting death and respecting families, and right away the news outlets just start jumping to conclusions like, oh, well, we got an exclusive tip and it was drugs, or he hung himself, and it's like, what difference does it make? Like, the man is dead. Like, respect the family, respect him. If everybody loves him so much, like, respect him. In his time of, he was in great need.
Well, and to me, this was the Michael Jackson of comedy. This is this was the Chris Farley of our generation. I mean, I was around.
Jimmy Fallon call him the Muhammad Ali of comedy.
Did you watch that last night? Have you seen it?
I watched a clip of it.
Okay, that was like, I watched it live over here, and I text a buddy of mine who does the country station in Seattle where you're from, the KMPS.
94.1 KMPS.
Chris Cruz, what up, son? And I texted, or I hit him up on Facebook. I was like, dude, I know you're a few hours behind, but when Fallon like hits, you've got to watch it, because like it did, dude. It was weird. I'm gonna sound like an asshole. Okay, Fallon, like okay,
siren that we come up with.
Conan O'Brien did a very heartfelt tribute at the end of his show, because I guess they found out as they were taping at the end of Conan O'Brien's show. So right. Like the audience had no clue. So like you hear like Conan O'Brien says, we have some sad news, like, and for you in the audience, I know you have no clue yet because you're not on your phones, but Robin Williams passed away, and there was just this gasp of just, this isn't real life, this is fake planet. And so, I like that. And then, so I watched Fallon's, and I loved that. Like, I love that quote, he was the Muhammad Ali of comedy, and I do believe that. And so, I sound like an asshole. So I watched Seth Meyers, who directly follows Fallon. Do you watch Seth Meyers?
I am not a Seth Meyers fan.
Okay, this is what Seth Meyers... See, and now here we are. We're talking about aerial footage of Robin Williams' home.
Right.
And I should just leave it at, like, Robin Williams was the greatest comedian ever. We will be back right after this. And that should be it. But no, I'm my own demise, and I'm sinking as low as ABC News.
I wouldn't go that far.
So Seth Meyers gets on, and I expect Seth to say something, kind of the same caliber as Jimmy Fallon. And Seth Meyers goes on. I don't know if he was just nervous. I know he's still trying to get into the groove of his show. I get it, but he was just like, we lost a really big talent, Robin Williams. He passed away, and it was great. And then he just puts his clap or hug him, or I don't know. And then he's like, and he will be missed. So anyway, I was hanging out with my father-in-law the other day. Like, it was a run on set, like a train through a mountain. I was like, because even I was confused, because he said something about Robin Williams, and then he goes, so I was hanging out with my father-in-law the other day, and I was expecting him to continue talking about Robin Williams.
Right.
And it was a petty little joke that he had. It went straight through the whole Robin Williams thing. But a lot of heartfelt messages. But I agree with you, man. Like with the ABC News, and who the fuck cares?
Everybody.
Why do I need to know?
Yeah, everybody's just because we have to know everything, and
I don't.
Like, there's just well, most of society does. I mean, they have to know right away so they could put out the first tweet or the first Facebook message or the first whatever it may be. I mean, we got it. We have to know things, and if we don't know every little detail about a story, I don't know if it's the phones or if it's the way that we're connected now, but it just really has thrown out morals and humanity just kind of out the window.
So it says up top, watch live aerials of Robin Williams' home, because that's what we need, is to waste tax dollars on having news choppers fly out to their house and cover nothing. And then below it, it reads, the family respectfully asks for their privacy as they grieve during this difficult time. I don't know about you, Jay, at the JCaz on Twitter, the most famous person I know in Seattle, but if they wanted privacy, I don't think they want 4 helicopters flying above their house.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say no. And all the people that just think like the newscasters, like if they had somebody that died and they're sitting at their house, and I know they need to report stuff, but you got to kind of put it in perspective. Like how do you think they would like it if a spouse died and all of a sudden there was cameras in their front yard and there was people trying to like get exclusive pictures through the windows, and I mean you're sitting there, you're trying to mourn the death of a family member regardless of how famous they are. Death is death, and I just don't know. That's why I could never do beat reporting or anything like that, because I just couldn't invade somebody's privacy, whether it's death or not. Like the paparazzi, I understand that they have a job to do too. I just can't get in people's business like that. It's not how I'm programmed.
It's all a money game now. And you and I are just as guilty for retweeting that tweet,
right?
Just as the person is for flying over the helicopter. I think in our defense, we're using it as like, here's an example of what not to do in society. Here's an example of like, hey, Robin Williams hung himself with a belt, which is already bad enough. And then the medical examiner had to go and have a press conference yesterday,
right,
and literally just described everything. And I was like, yo, whoa, bro. I just need that Robin Williams, committed suicide. I don't need to know what he used. I don't need. And then he said, and he was dressed, and they were like, well, we need to use that just let you know in case it was erotic asphyxiation. And I was like, even if it was, don't need to know. I don't need to know.
Priority list of things.
I think if it was, the family doesn't want you to say anything.
Right.
So yeah, I think again, it's all about who can get in front of the camera, who can get the most publicity, how many likes you get, and how many favorites and retweets you're getting. I think I agree with you, man. This is what our society has come to, and it's a shame, because it's like people bitch about it and they're like, oh, we don't want to hear all about that, let me go on to TMZ and see what they're doing. They're seriously doing that, like
right.
they don't want. And
do they all type with just their index fingers? Just
I'm just going to type I drunk Harrison Ford almost kind of came back.
Almost came back.
TJ.
Oh boy.
Oh, the ghost of TJ has returned. But in all seriousness, like it floored me on a personal level, because like I part of me like grew up watching him like just be so crazy and animated, and the voices, and I just remember being that stupid kid in middle school and high school the same way.
Right.
And it's a part of the reason why you get into the business that I'm in, is that I like it when, like, I know it sounds stupid, but I like it when we're giving away like these, and you don't even know who the band is. It's a boy band. It's like NSYNC for these tweens.
Well,
these
what's the name? I may know it. What's the name of the band?
Okay, you're bumping with 5 Seconds of Summer in your car.
Yeah, that's the looking good in my something underwear, American Eagle underwear.
I'm shocked. You know it. Okay.
I told you. I'm coming around.
You are.
I watched the Teen Choice Awards, or part of it.
I'm gonna get you on the top 40 station out there in Seattle. So it's comforting to do stuff like that, but I also like I posted something Monday, and I was like, because it has a lot to do with depression, and people think that, oh, you're depressed, just go take a pill, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
And I
Or
think
oh,
it's
you got millions of dollars. What do you have to be depressed about?
exactly, and so I said something Monday, and or tweeted something out Monday on my page, and I said, I said Sunday I was just in the fucking like shitter. I just wasn't in the mood to like talk to anybody, and I just took a drive. Like I just put in some old country music, and I was that depressed like soul of like. In all honesty, that's why we didn't do the show. In
Yeah.
in all honesty, there was nothing that came up. What came up was that I was in a poor fucking piss mood, and I deal with it. I mean I do, and it's weird. I don't know why I'm opening up to all three people watching the Almost Show podcast on YouTube, but I do. I mean, but someone that would listen to me on the air and even here, like on the Almost Show podcast, would think that guy's jovial 24/7. He wakes up and there's sunshine, and
Right.
and I think people think the same thing about TJ, and people think the same thing about Robin Williams, and I think that that it gets to a point where you hide it. Does that make sense? Like I mean I can go on the
We
air.
all kind of like, have our personality that people get to know us by, and when this is like Dr. Phil session, opened up and like had some spouts of anxiety, and I still kind of deal with it a little bit now, and a little bit of depression. And if people didn't know that I was, on some anti-anxiety medication and going through that at the time, at work, I didn't let it affect me. I still put on, my face, and oh, Jay, you're always so happy, and everything's, you always got rose-colored glasses on, and you're always making people laugh, and because that's who people, I guess, expect me to be, and I'm a pleaser. So of course
Yeah.
that's the face that I would keep on all the time. But I'd go home and I would just crash because I
Oh
would
yeah.
just give all my energy out during work and come home and just be like, I have nothing left to give.
But I think that's the thing, and we're not trying to turn the Almost Show podcast into Dr. Phil or be dull and boring. But yeah, I think there are times where you got to get real and serious, and that's the thing. Like it's weird. Like people will admit all day to smoking tree and doing marijuana, and that's cool and all. But like when it comes to depression, like we act like there's this big, huge, like, oh, you don't talk about that, like
Right.
I think it should be talked about, and I think it get come in full circle. Like I think that's why I posted it on that Facebook page on our station page, because it's like even if one person reaches out to me and says, hey, I'm dealing with this, like it sucks. Like I mean I had somebody on Twitter, she was like, I deal with depression from time to time. I just said, I go, look, you ever get to the point of you just feel like there's nobody, I'm like, you hit me up. I mean, I'll meet you at Waffle House, and we'll chat it out.
Is that like a southern thing, Waffle House? Is it like an actual place called the Waffle House, or is it just
Wait, whoa! Well, you don't have Waffle House out there?
No.
Yo, this show's done. Are you kidding? What?
No, we don't have a Waffle House.
Oh my God, son! I can't move to Seattle, bro.
Is it a restaurant?
Is it a restaurant? I
Or is
wish
it
I
just
could
like
call.
is it just like a brand or like a style of restaurants? Like
Do you have Huddle House? Do you have Huddle House?
No, we don't have. We have houses that people live in, but we
Not
don't have
out-
houses that are restaurants.
Jay's like, we have legit houses. Like
Right.
people live in houses. No, it's just called a Waffle House. It's like
Like a Denny's.
Do you have IHOP?
Yeah, we have IHOP. We have Denny's.
Okay, it's like a sluttier version of IHOP. Like
Okay.
she doesn't wear underwear, but damn, she's still good.
Right.
If that makes
Gotcha.
any sense. And you know what? And there it is. I think that's where I get my one-liners is Robin Williams. But on all seriousness, that was a low blow. Like that was like one of those like Monday shows where it just sucked. Where it's one of those like um, uh, you have everything mapped out to talk about, and it's like, well, and then of course you're on this format where these kids don't know who the hell fucking Robin Williams is, and so that's why I don't know. I just it sucks because it's like he had so much life left to live, and Dr. Phil, going back to him, and I'm not trying to make a joke, but
Straight face, everybody.
Dr. Phil was on. I was watching something tonight, or something was on the TV in the studio, and they were talking about Robin Williams, and I guess people were now questioning, like, well, why was the wife sleeping in another room? Why didn't she see him, before she left the house? And playing the what if game, and he made a good point, and he said, when someone wants to kill themselves, they're going to find a way and a place, and you're not going to be able to stop it. And that's the sad truth.
The people that do commit suicide are the ones that don't tell you that's what they're thinking or that's what they want to do. The ones that reach out are the ones that actually don't want to do it.
Right.
Those aren't the scary ones. It's the ones that surprise us, like Robin Williams, and that's the statistic. The ones that just, you don't think about it, like, yeah, they got their issues and they're dealing with stuff, but they'd never kill themselves. It would never get that bad.
No, you're right. It's a scary thought. I mean, I'm sure there are signs, and I think he was headed back to rehab, or was back in a 12-step program. So I mean, he was trying to get the help that he needed, but sometimes your own demons within you, there's no around it, unless you're in a mental institution, and I don't. I think it was far too gone. So anyway, Robin Williams, we rest in peace. And I mean, honestly, probably one of the greatest comedians I've ever seen, in any movie, in every in every comic act on SNL. I mean, you name it. I mean, that guy was on. And I'm sure you saw the Jimmy Fallon clip where they played the first time he was on. Well, sorry, what was it?
Carson? What is it?
Yeah, sorry, I was drawing a blank. Johnny Carson. And what's funny about that bit? And we'll post it at facebook.com/almostashow that no one's going to go see.
Can we post it on almostashow.com?
Yeah, we can. I'll give you the passwords and you can do it.
We're weaning everybody off the Facebook.
I'm fine with it. What's funny about that bit is the rule with Johnny Carson is, when you did your comic routine over on the floor, like when Fallon comes in from the curtain, I'm trying to explain this to everybody listening. Jay, I'm sure you know, maybe you don't.
No,
when you did your comic routine on the floor, you would either get a nod from Johnny Carson saying, "Come over and sit on the couch," or you would get a wave of "Okay, thanks," like you weren't that good. And so that was his first time being on. He got waved over, and I thought it was an extra kind of I have balls move for him to not only. So he went and sat on the couch, but then if you watch the video that we posted on almostashow.com, he's moving around the room, and he's animated, and I think that's something that, especially in that day and age, like you didn't do on that show. It was Johnny Carson was the king of late night, and that, like, Johnny Carson is where stars were born. I mean, if you went on that show and he waved you over to the couch, you had a career.
Yeah.
So with that said, it's just one of these effing weeks, man, where you didn't expect that, especially on a Monday. So Robin Williams, you'll be missed until we return. I think Jay has some wonderful, beautiful commercials to play that will pay us absolutely nothing. Maybe one day, who knows. Again, the video you can find at almostashow.com. When we return, we're going to talk about something that is brewing in the news, something that I don't know much about. Jay and I are learning about, and you can also interact with us live at Almost a Show on Twitter. We shall return.
Email your questions, comments, and bank account routing numbers to info@almostashow.com.
Someone told me it was just about to rain. And someone told me to expect a sudden change. I never dreamed it could end like this. I never thought it could happen so quick. I didn't even know your name yet, but still I felt the whole world changing. Lightning doesn't strike the same place twice, but it's what I feel every time I look in your eyes. And your love is taking me under. Right now, I'm hearing the and where we're going. Your love is taking me under. Right now, I'm beginning to wonder where we've been and where we're going. It's hard enough to watch you talk and walk away. I'm out here hanging on every word you say and fighting hard just to keep my head above. I'm not I never had to choose between the pleasure and the pain. Cause once you're in, you're never out again. And your love is taking me under. And right now, I'm hearing the thunder of where we've been and where we're going.
Okay, we've returned. It's the Almost a Show podcast. What's good? It's Sean at Almost a Show on Twitter. Man, at the JCast as well. We welcome you back. We're live usually Sundays, 9 East, 6 West on YouTube. You can actually comment on YouTube. If you think we suck, you can just write it down there in the comments section. We can read it right here while we're live on the air.
Try to be nice, though.
We'll let everybody know that we suck and that you said it.
Now, why does it have to be suck?
Because you're never good enough. The day you get great is the day your career ends.
That's deep.
It was. It was. I just thought that up off the top of my dome piece. All right. Before we get into this Michael Brown thing, I'd like to tell everybody in the Almost a Show podcast land that it was a struggle in Greenville, South Carolina on Saturday. Were we texting or tweeting or something?
Your concert day?
The concert? No. Well, the flood.
Yep.
We were texting.
Yep. Either texting or tweeting. I think it was texting though.
So we don't get disasters often, ever. Like we never get them. Like there'll be tornado warnings that go off, and around here when a tornado warning goes off, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's not gonna happen, and
Big deal.
It doesn't happen. Which is funny because I had a PD that came from Oklahoma one time. Tornado warnings go off, dark skies, like everything. Everyone in the building is just acting like it's another day. Like, oh, it's no big deal.
Well, let's just go to the Waffle House.
This guy.
Waffle House,
This guy. Yes, let's go to Waffle House.
Get some waffles.
This guy is freaking out. Like, we gotta get on the air and tell everybody to take shelter. I'm like, yo, bro.
Shorty, they're all waiting for you.
I'm like, yo, bro.
What to do?
It's not that serious. And he's on the air on both stations, like, take cover immediately, it's gonna be bad. And within like 10 minutes, the sun is out, the birds are chirping, like it's a great day. So I say that to say that Saturday, I think I also had a crappy day Saturday. I decided to take another drive.
Like a reoccurring theme.
Fucking shitty weekend. So so I'm driving back through, and to explain how our city works, we have two
Waffle Houses.
No, bro, we have like 30. I'm not kidding.
They're like Starbucks out there.
Dude, they really are, bro. You can go on any road here in Greenville and find a Waffle House. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you want to go, like, I'm from Travelers Rest, which is the northern part of our county, and that's about a half hour away from where I live now in Malden. If you go, let's say you go from Travelers Rest to Malden, and you're gonna take. Okay, so I'm trying to count in my head. Hold on. There's like 4 Waffle Houses that I pass. No joke. Like that's where TJ and I would
all
go.
the same company. That is the company. The company is Waffle House.
It's Waffle House. Google it. It's Waffle House. It's yellow. It's a yellow. It's got Waffle House. Like you've never seen like the where all the letters are blocked out. Like because some of they're block letters. So it's WAFF. It's not all run together.
Right.
And they each have their own lights in the sign. So sometimes they go out and it'll be like Waffle Hose. So like we'll take photos of it because they don't replace the lights in time. So they're like, oh, it's Waffle Hose, and then we'll take a picture.
That's how you know which one to go to.
That's I told you, Waffle House is the slutty IHOP, bro.
I like it. I'm gonna have to go to one.
Which is funny because you know what's funny is that you're getting me off topic here, but I'll get off topic anyway.
You're talking about tornadoes.
It's funny because Greenville Spartanburg, which is the metro here, is Denny's corporate headquarters for the United States of America, is here in the upstate. We have 2 Denny's. 2. We have 35 Waffle House corporations.
Does anybody go to Denny's?
And man, I haven't been to Denny's in a hot minute, bro. I haven't been I'll get some IHOP, like TJ and I'll do IHOP or Waffle House. That's it.
Man,
Like
I couldn't tell you the last time I had IHOP.
The main road that we're on here. Well, I guess you can't see it because the windows are shut. But the main road that the station is on is called Woodruff Road. It's the road. Like on Saturday at 2:30 in the afternoon, it's like downtown Manhattan. It's a disaster, and they have everything on this road except a Denny's. In fact, let me think. There are 2 Waffle Houses on that road. No, 3. There's 3.
How long's the road?
Uh,
Because there's a lot of streets up here that are set up like that too. Like all the residentials is off the main road. But on the main road, in order to get to wherever you want to go, you have to take the main roads. And it's where all the restaurants, the banks, everything are.
yeah. How do I explain it? Like, there's no residential. Like, there's like Woodruff Road. Like Woodruff Road's exploding. Like it has like we're getting a Toby Keith. I love this bar. We're getting a Dave.
One of those in California.
Yeah, we're getting a Dave and Buster's. We're getting some other restaurant too. We just got a Cabela's. Dude, you have Bad Daddy Burgers?
No.
Son, you have to come to Greenville. You have to.
Is that a southern thing too? I've never heard of Bad
I
Daddy
don't even-
Burgers.
I don't know, but it's a great thing. That's what it is. It's great. Anyway, so the upstate South Carolina is great. Oprah says it's a must-see place before you die, and everything that Oprah says you have to follow.
It's got to be true.
So anyway, but Oprah would be sad to know that. So on Saturday, I'm riding through like the downtown area, and it's starting to like rain like really hard and then stops. Really hard and then stops. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I've dealt with that a million times. So downtown, as you're watching the Almost a Show podcast, if you're watching, like the downtown street rides right onto the interstate, and then you just get on the interstate and you can get on any of the exits you need to get on, I-385 and I-85. Shouts to Lil Jon for making I-85 famous. So I'm on 385. And all of a sudden, it's just, like, out of nowhere. It's just, like, pouring down rain. Like, I can't see. I get the flashers on. I'm doing 5 miles an hour. And, I'm like, bump this. I'm like, I'm going to get off and just, like, sit for a second. Like, I'm not, because people are idiots driving around here. Like, it's a great place to live.
If you can make it to where you want to go.
Whatever. So, I get off this road, and, I pull into a parking lot, shouts to Copper River, and I sit there. I'm like, all right, well, I'll just sit here till the rain lets up. It'll be what, like 10 minutes, 20 minutes? Jay, let's take a quiz. I wish we had Jeopardy music. I'll tell you what. Jay, you guess how long I sat in that parking lot. Are you ready? Ding, 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 ding. Okay, it's enough.
No, keep going.
Ding, 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 ding.
You gotta give the
ding,
breakdown, too, 'cause I
ding,
gotta
ding,
find a
ding, 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 ding,
Nope, keep
ding,
going.
boom.
It
That's
changes an
it. You
octave.
don't get
No.
more
Oh,
time.
it changes an octave.
You don't get more time.
No,
What are you-
hold on. I'm writing my answer down.
Suck it, Trebek.
What?
All right, so Jay.
Is
So I want to know from Jay at the JCast on Twitter how long I was sitting in a parking lot just simply waiting on it to stop raining. Jay, do you have your answer?
I'm gonna go with
What is 6? What is 6 hours? No, it was not 6 hours. It was an hour, and I had my country music. I was all right. But so I sat there for an hour, and I said, you know, it's still raining hard. I was like, I'll just go home. I'll chance it. So I drive home. I make it home. I get in the car. I get into the house, and I pop it on good old Fox News. And dude, it's like 11:30, and they're still in the air. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
right.
And so I'm like watching TV. I'm not, I'm just like on the iPad doing whatever. And I said, look, and I hear them say, "Oh my God, like they're trying to divert traffic up the off ramp, like getting people to go up the other way."
Right.
I was like, "What the hell is going on?" And seriously, there was 5 feet of water on the interstate.
No.
Yes, 5 feet.
Who measures that? Who
People.
drew that straw? It was
People.
like, Johnny, we need you to go measure how deep the flooding is.
Can you, like, who does that? Like, and of course, like, again, the news crews make a massive deal out of it.
Right.
Because the other...
2014.
Oh, yeah, well, it's the storm of the decade. We're back with live breaking news. Which is funny because the 2 other news channels, they were showing, like, the cars stopped on the interstate from the pole of the
Right.
like the traffic camera, but no, Fox News happens to be right on the interstate, so they jumped the fence with a news crew. And literally, this woman is out in heels going, "We're having to move like as we talk because the water is receding up to us and it's gonna swallow us whole."
No one's safe.
So I'm sitting here thinking about this. I'm like, okay, all right, well, you got 5 feet of water in the interstate. You have a 25-mile backup. I wonder how many of them have TVs in their car. None of them. So I text my boss. I'm like, yo, man, Armageddon's happening. You think I should go up and, like, say something? Breaking. I'm Wolf Blitzer. Where'd you get that from?
I'm full of tricks.
So your boy was on from midnight till 3 a.m. telling everybody that Armageddon happened. They found a car 3 days later. The ditches. No big deal. It's just a ditch. It got washed. It got washed away because of all the water. No big deal. They found a car underneath the road. Underneath the road.
It was a serious storm.
It was it was some bad news. Anyway, have all that to say, hey, anybody that wants to come visit the upstate of South Carolina, it is great.
Right.
Hashtag that Greenville. Seriously, you can see all the photos of Greenville, South Carolina, and downtown, and of course my dog Percy. I don't know where I was going with that because we were going to talk about Michael Brown.
Let's do it. Let's dive into Michael Brown.
I don't know much about this story. You're going to have to coach me along because all I know
the story either.
All I know is that this kid in Ferguson, somewhere, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Alaska. Where's he from?
I think that's all wrong.
Every one of those?
I think it's Missouri.
All right, that place. Let me get the story right. So, as I'm reading my notes here, so the kid ran from the cops, and they thought he was armed, and they shot him?
Yeah, all I know is that they shot him saying he was armed, and it turned out he wasn't. That's all I know about the story.
And from what I read tonight, unofficially, they ended up shooting another person tonight as martial law happens in this town. apparently. Like, police came with riot gear
No,
and
they're
stuff,
not.
which...
It's not even the police. I mean, and that kind of draws on a bigger issue. I mean, we have two wrong sides, in my opinion, right now. I mean, you don't seek justice by burning down random, gas stations and looting and doing all that.
Yeah,
But also,
not a gas station, because, it's got gas and stuff,
yeah,
so...
it's probably not the brightest.
Yeah.
But also, it kind of says a lot about how the police, system is set up now, that they're not really police officers anymore. They're like minor league Army Rangers with the tactical gear that they wear, the camo
Right.
pants, and the assault rifles. And what happened to the cops when they just had like the goofy hat and it had like the badge on the
Yep.
front of it, and they wore like a blue
That's called-
collared shirt and some
that's-
slacks, and they had a
that's
gun
called Andy
and had, like, a
Griffith,
billy
yeah.
club. Yeah,
And Andy Griffith, man.
it's the officer of keeping the peace. You don't need to keep the peace in the United States, rolling in with like Humvees and tanks and all the weapons that they're using over in Iraq. That's just ridiculous. You're asking for a bigger problem when you're putting that kind of stuff in that situation.
Well, yeah,
And I'm not
not
a bleeding heart liberal. I promise. I'm not. The cops are out of control. Like, I'm a big supporter. They have a very dangerous job. I just don't think they need to be outfitted like the military. That's kind of scary to me.
well,
Maybe like my Glenn Beck conspiracy side, but they
well,
shouldn't be armed like that.
and your dog agrees. I saw him. He shook his
Yeah.
head yes.
Yes, he was. He was actually chasing his tail.
You can watch the
Which is your
show.
favorite thing.
You can watch the show live on our YouTube channel. It's posted at almostashow.com. That way, people listening on Stitcher are like, "Wait, what? He's watching his dog." Yeah. Well, the thing with the tear gas and all that has now escalated because of again the unruly people in the city. You don't. You're right. You don't blow up gas stations. That's not how you receive justice. In fact, that's a way for the police just to go, who cares? Like, look at this. Like, okay, maybe we did wrong. Maybe we shot the wrong person. Maybe we acted prematurely. But wait for the justice system to
Right.
prevail. But again,
Have faith in the system.
well, granted, let's think about the system here. Casey Anthony,
Yeah.
what's she doing with her life?
Not the best track record.
She's doing porn now, from what I heard. Isn't that right?
I like how you look at me. Like, I barely know any of these. I don't even know what the Waffle House is.
How do you not?
You expect me to know what Casey? Do I look like I know what Casey Anthony is doing with her life?
Well, so you got Casey Anthony and then, of course, Trayvon Martin. Both cases and then O.J. Simpson. Well, I mean, let's just take it back. Like, in a way, I'd be a little pissed too, but I don't think I'd go burn down a gas station because I was like, oh, police suck at life.
Yeah,
And maybe
the Constitution says go out and stand up for what you believe in and have the freedom of speech and the right to assimilate together and go and do your protest and do it peacefully. But you just really lose the heart of the nation and sympathy for your cause when you're out looting and breaking private property and doing all these unlawful acts to protest a said unlawful act.
Yeah, no, I agree. And look, maybe the cops in that city are shady. Maybe they are. Let's.
You know what? I'm sure they are.
Let's. Okay, I was just gonna say, maybe they are. You're over here saying they are. I'm
seen
saying
cops do some real shady stuff before, so.
Your dog agrees. Has your dog been a
He's just
victim of
freaking
police?
out right now.
Has your dog been a crime of police brutality? What's going on over there?
Yeah, I don't know. He's very excited about this topic though.
I saw he's ready to burn down a gas station. Anyway, even if the cops are shady and corrupt, I don't know. There's other ways to handle it, like find another way to deal with it. But burning down a gas station, and then of course, I guess they had the riots tonight, and they shot another kid unofficially. I don't know. I know. I was mad too. I was pissed off. But yeah, there's no way to. How do I say this? there's no way to be above it. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, don't like you don't like. I don't know. Like, do we have this clip? We have a clip. I believe we're gonna play of what's this guy's name?
I don't
God,
know.
Jay, you're the producer and you're slacking today.
I don't know his name. He's an African American male, and he posted
Thanks for being
this.
politically correct there, buddy.
You know, after Kiki last week, I think we need to kind of be cautious about where we're stepping.
Hey, real quick, where's Kiki's banner?
It didn't save.
What?
No,
Oh
it didn't save.
man, I'm so disappointed.
It didn't save. I just got the podcast layout.
Oh, that's so sad, man.
The article of it though is Black Man goes on epic rant against Ferguson rioters, and we're gonna play. So sit back, relax. If you want to put it on pause and grab a cup of coffee or something real quick, we're gonna play 3 minutes of this and basically saying kind of where we've been at, but not as pointed as we were trying not to be. He just goes full out and says, "Listen, what's going on right now is just not going to get you anywhere."
Hey everyone, it's Jonathan. I just want to get straight to the point about this Michael Brown incident. Let me tell you something, and I said this before. What we're doing out here is not helping. Us rioting, looting, burning down donut shops and stores and everything else, liquor stores, Shanae's hair salon for the extensions. This is not helping. Us acting a fool out here because we pissed off at the police is not helping. I said this before and I said it again. Change is not going to come until we change it. You understand what I'm saying? This is not helping. Change isn't going to come until we change it. All we know how to do is march and riot and loot. This is not helping. What you guys are out here doing is not helping. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to tell you what you need to hear imposing to what you want to hear. All we know how to do is blame the police and white folks for our actions. That's all we know how to do is blame police and white folks. They mistreating us. They beating on us. Oh, slavery still exists. Oh, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm not going to tell you we going to march, we going to do this, we going to do that. I'm going to tell you, damn it, let's change. Let's change as black people. When is this going to stop? When? How are our children supposed to grow up when we out here acting a stone fool? How are our kids supposed to grow up when we out here acting stupid? How? How? Even the book of Deuteronomy in chapter 2, verse 3, God said, we have toiled this mountain long enough. We have toiled this mountain long enough. 40 plus years they spent in the wilderness. It's been over 50 years since we sang that song, We Shall Overcome. Hell, when are we going to overcome? When? That was 50 plus years ago, and all we doing is going around in circles. Going around in circles. You activists out there, you civil rights leaders, all of a sudden Black Panthers, NAACP come out the woodworks. They just came out of nowhere. We gonna want justice. We want justice. No justice, no peace. That's all you see. No justice, no peace. Shut up. When there was 60 plus shootings in Chicago a few weeks back, where were you? Nowhere to be found. A few weeks later, it was 47 drive-bys in one weekend. Where were you? Nowhere to be found. When Lil Ray kills Little Lukey, where were you? Nowhere to be found. Okay, when a little girl was shot when she was riding her tricycle in the front yard and stray bullets hit her, where were you? Nowhere to be found. Police beat up on a black man. Oh, no, slavery still exists. Slavery still exists. All the incidents I seen, all the brothers was resisting arrest and causing trouble. Okay? Hate to tell the truth. Hate to tell the truth. Because I want to debunk that myth as far as being young and black and mistreated. I'm young, black, I drive a brand new BMW and live in the valley. How many encounters have I had with the police? Many. How many times has it got out of control? None. 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 So I want to debunk that myth about us getting mistreated and slavery. Oh, all they know how to do is beat on the black man. Nonsense. Nonsense. Because I had many encounters with the police and I became good friends with them. Tell me how come I could live that life and you can't? Tell me.
You know what? I hope that guy makes like millions of dollars.
He seems to be doing all right, talking about driving his BMW and all that stuff.
Well, good for him. I mean, he
I live in the valley. I drive a BMW.
I don't know what the Valley is. What is that?
I don't know.
Is that like a Waffle House?
Yeah, it could be.
Do they have a Waffle House in the Valley?
No, they have coffee beans and it's like a
Oh,
fancy Starbucks.
they're too good for the Waffle House.
We're just gonna go drink our coffee. We
Uh,
don't have waffles, we have crepes.
Yeah, I don't like crepes. I like waffles. I actually like pancakes. That's my favorite. But anyway, you know what? I think he said what we said too. Like, why is it that, to me, white, black, Puerto Rican, Asian, it don't matter. Like, if something happens in your city,
For the Zulu Nation.
it's right.
You say that, man. Tribe Called Quest. It just like
You like that, don't you?
I have to say it every time.
That's our shtick. But for me, it's like, it's not about a race thing. So don't get it twisted. You know what? If there are white people that were rioting in the streets, I'd be like, you guys are why even think about it?
Yeah.
Like, just sit back. Time will tell, and justice will be served. And if it doesn't, just move on. Like, bad things happen every day, and there's no reason to burn down your city and even put yourself, your life at risk for burning down who decided to go, hey, what we should hit? What's that? Man, we should hit a gas station. Gas
word,
station?
son? A gas
station? Like, we're gonna knock down a shell? Yes. Is Kiki gonna be there?
No, Kiki ain't there.
Should we drive the getaway vehicle?
I got repoed. I ain't got a way to get there.
Oh man, Kiki, why did you get your car repoed? I thought you could help us out with this.
She could have been down there. She could have been the next Reverend Jesse Jackson.
You know what? That guy's a
whole. I think that's what I appreciate so much about what he was saying is that, Chicago is just this haven for black, black death, and mostly men, young men, adolescents, killing one another and shooting one another. It has one of the highest crime rates, one of the highest murder rates, one of the highest homicide rates, and they don't say anything, because there's no victim card to be played. And I appreciate what he's saying. If you go into everything with this victim mentality, you're never going to rise above that, because you already start off picturing yourself as the victim.
Well, I think
you're not empowering yourself to do anything more.
I think the thing too is it takes the right leader. It takes a village to, like, it takes the mayor and the city council and this and that. You look at New York City in the late '90s. I mean, people were stabbing you for fake Rolexes.
Right.
Then of course Giuliani was elected and started cleaning up the streets. I mean, now you can walk through Manhattan without getting shanked.
Yep.
And I think that has a lot to do with it as well. I don't know, who's in charge of what in Ferguson, Wisconsin, or wherever, but where is it?
Missouri.
Ferguson, is it Ferguson, Missouri?
Ferguson, Missouri. It's one of those flyover states.
Yeah, I don't know where, who's in charge of doing things down there, but I will agree that if they're rioting, yeah, I mean, I can see where they need to have their gear and their tear gas and stuff. I mean, you have to stop. What are you gonna do? Let them burn the whole city down?
Yeah, I mean, you don't need a tank though. I don't know. They did it. They've managed to calm down riots and stuff all the way back in like the 50s and 60s. So
I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I think that this is just the government's way of setting it up so that they can like start these little stories in all these cities, and then the next thing you know, you and I are going to be doing a show while we're ducking bricks being thrown at the window.
dude, I'm not a big conspiracy theorist. I do think there is something though to the militarization of peace officers and kind of expanding their role to kind of blend with military tactics and armory and all those things. I don't know what it's getting us prepared for, but it's a trend. And they have their drop down holsters and they put on their SWAT vests and these are everyday traffic cops. If you go, at least here, they wear all black. They have this their Molly gear out. They've got all these attachments on it, knives, drop down holsters. They look like they're ready to go as like do some kind of operation in the Middle East, and they're pulling somebody over for speeding. It's like, you don't need to be prepared like that.
Yeah, no, you don't, but you do. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, there's nut jobs, that are driving cars and having bombs and guns more powerful than they are. I mean, but I think that I don't know. I'm sure we'll continue following the stories as it progresses. I assume this is the next Trayvon Martin type story where CNN, Fox News, you name it, we'll cover it, and hopefully we will too. We'll know a little bit more. I just don't know a ton about it, other than the fact that the kid was unarmed, and I think that on the kid's defense and on the family's defense that okay, even if the kid ran, let's say like he had drugs on him, okay, and the kid, slipped out of the police officer's arms and ran, unless they can prove that kid went to reach for something, which at that point, you go to act like you're reaching for something, I'm full behind a police.
The cop's got to go home too. He's got a family. He can't just put himself out there and
nothing's
gonna happen.
Well, the next argument people are going to have is, well, you could shoot him in the leg. Well, what are you, a sniper?
Yeah, exactly. It's somebody who's never shot a gun before.
Yeah, you got 2 seconds to react, and I think if there's proof that he went to act like he was pulling a weapon or whatever, I know that the Skittles and the Gatorade or whatever was the Trayvon thing in his pocket, but you put yourself at risk when you run. I mean, I'm not saying the cop should have shot. Look, if he was running, he was facing the complete opposite direction. The cop shot him in the back. Yes, that cop deserves every prosecution that he should get. He should get the death penalty. And yes, that whole entire city should be, mad. Not to the point of blowing up gas stations, but mad.
That's not a good idea anyway.
No, I don't. Yeah, I mean, but if he did go to pull out a gun, it's like with this Tony Stewart thing. And we haven't even touched.
We didn't even get into that.
We didn't touch about that. I mean, but just real quick, the same scenario. That's where you're putting yourself at risk when that racetrack was the racetrack and it's for racing. And he got out of his car and he put himself at risk. I mean, it's dark track and he's wearing all black and there's a car that dodged him at the last second in front of him. And Tony, I don't think meant to hit him on purpose. Same thing with this. Just even if you're not guilty, just fucking sit down.
Right.
It'll get itself figured out.
Sit down, shut up, don't say anything, and just go with it for the time being. And if you're wrongfully stopped, if you're wrongfully accused, more than likely the system's going to work itself out in that situation. The system gets a lot more murky the more difficult the case becomes.
Exactly. Just sit down and let them take you to jail. If you did absolutely nothing wrong, then you'll walk out of there and the news conference will be a hell of a lot different than the outcome. Right. But we will actually follow the story. You can see it at almostashow.com. Again, we were live 9 P6 East. 6 p.m. West. Usually on Sundays. It's just a special night to do it. When we return, we're going to talk about cool places to live. No big deal. I'd want to live in a Walmart all my life. But that will be
for 4
next. For 4 days. And the bigger
least 4
question
days.
we have questions, of course, I'd like to ask. We'll talk about it in moments on the Almost a Show podcast. We shall return.
It happened to Silas, and it could happen to you. It happens every single day, and it haunts people for years and years. How could it happen? Why would such a thing happen? You're probably wondering,
What happened?
every day somebody drops their phone and hears the shatter of glass into 1,000 pieces. Don't be a victim of shattered glass syndrome. Get help.
Have your phone or smart device fixed today from ER Wireless. From broken phones to cases for your smartphone or device, ER Wireless has got you covered. ER Wireless is located at 3223C North Pleasantburg Drive in Greenville, right next to the Cherrydale Cinemas in Cherrydale. Or visit them online at erwireless.com.
Twitter.
Share it with your friends.
Tweet us at Almost a Show.
We're back. It's the Almost a Show podcast. Oh.
Whoa.
Producer messing up over there. You're fired.
Come on, let's
Questions,
let it
comments,
Let it
and bank
ride.
account routing numbers to info@almostashow.com.
By the way, this song is Austin Renfro.
Didn't you play this on like an old episode with like you and TJ?
I did. You
Can
can
you
find
actually
him.
hear me over the music now?
Yeah.
We have gone from like caveman status to almost a show.
That's what we're looking for.
Look at this fade. We got a fading progression of the music right now.
I know. It's professional.
Freaking big time.
Hey, let's not forget. Let's just not forget. And of course, I'm not even going to let the Stitcher listeners know. They're going to have to come back and watch this episode. You can always watch us on our YouTube channel. By the way, to those that are watching us on the YouTube channel, all 4 of you, we do appreciate it. You can actually write below in the comment section.
In our pants.
Sorry, I forgot. You can write a comment on YouTube below, aka in our pants. It will come in our pants. That's it. No.
Oh, zing!
I didn't say that. Let's just go ahead and run with it. It will come in our pants, and we will receive it and then read it on.
Hold on. I think I got something.
Oh, look at Jason. What is that? What is this?
Sitcom laughter.
What is this? I like it. You know what's funny is stuff like that reminds me of the Howard Stern show because they always have like stuff like that going on in the background.
Stuff.
No, I like it. Yeah, Austin Renfro. That's the song you heard. Check him out at austinrenfro.com. Cool guy. And that's what's doing. Finally, I want to talk about. I just saw this today, and I'm sure you'll see it over the next couple of days. You gotta over the next couple of days. This kid that decided to just say, "Hey, mom and dad."
Time out from the game.
Oh, time out from the.
We have somebody that mentioned us on Twitter.
Yeah, I know. I already saw it.
Well, you didn't even say anything. It means he's watching the show.
Jay.
You know what? Thrall, is that his name? Thronkill.
Thron.
Thronkill. I noticed and I care.
I was getting to it.
No, you weren't gonna get to it.
Well, first off, he said I gotta get some color. Actually, hold on. Just talk for just a second. Hold on.
So if you're not watching what's going on right now, I'm going to try to keep it lively for the podcast, folks, but if you're watching the video, Sean has disappeared. The lights are getting dim. His microphone that looks like a penis. Dude, your microphone looks like a penis.
It does.
It looks like a legitimate, shaft and head.
First off, my microphone is much more expensive than yours.
Dude,
Secondly,
mine cost at least $100 more than yours.
Secondly, this is what it really looks like off.
Keep
Is
getting
that
closer
better?
to it. No, it's your mic. It's your expensive mic. You can do whatever you want to do with it.
And this is what's called a mic guard, so my P's and my T's aren't like.
Dude, I made mine. Can you tell?
No, I can't actually. You know, the one thing that I would coach you is to get closer to your microphone.
I don't like being this close.
Well, you have to be that close. You have to be that close.
Okay, this close?
Like I'm not that close to mine.
I'll just keep talking, and then you tell me when to stop. Stop.
My favorites, Podcast 101 here. My favorites are this microphone right here. I want to show everybody at thealmostashow.com. This is my penis-looking microphone, right? I have the microphone like this. Okay, so I can talk into the front of it. I love seeing podcasts that do this, that talk like this, and then they wonder why they don't get the sound. Well, there's no microphone up top. It's it's only on the sides.
Oh.
We
need like the more you know thing to like.
do you have like a ring, like the more you know? But no, we appreciate Thrall and Kill at Thrall and Kill. He said I need to get some more color behind me, bro. I need to get some more color just in my face in general, because Jay's on the West Coast, just straight tanning it up with Paris Hilton, and I'm over here on the East Coast being drowned by water and tornadoes. Anyway, we all have one near us. It's called a Walmart, and there was a kid in, where was it? Thompson, Missouri. Where are we going now?
This one was in Texas. Somewhere.
Texas. So this kid decides to just run away from home to tell his dad to go F yourself, and he lived in a Walmart for 4 days.
Yes, he did.
Lived in a Walmart for 4 days, which blows my mind. Like, I only read a few sentences from the story. Jay, did the kid eat at the Walmart?
Yeah, and it's not like lived like the kid walked around. The kid set up base camp at the Walmart, and he hid his camp behind boxes of strollers in the aisle, not in the warehouse, not in the stock room, where people were shopping for 4 days, and nobody noticed this kid.
Wait.
He broke out the back of a juice aisle, which was adjacent to the strollers for some reason, so he didn't have to go out to get the juice. He could just bust through the wall and grab juices. He ate the food of the Walmart. He changed his clothes every hour, so security cameras would not notice that it was him walking around for 4 days. He continuously changed his clothes. 14 years old.
Dude, I want to meet this. No, we need to have this kid on the show.
He's 14, so who knows?
Doesn't matter. Get the kid. Your fucking ET Entertainment Tonight will have him on. Like,
right.
Breaking news. Do you have the breaking news thing again? It's breaking news.
Save it. I'll play the longer version, so it'll play through, and then there's like some ambiance music.
Walmart. There's a 14-year-old in Walmart that set up shop. This is breaking news. I'm Wolf Blitzer. This is CNN Breaking News.
Boy stays in Walmart for 4 days. More to love.
We join you tonight. That was a long breaking news thing, man.
Well, I told you I was gonna play like the beginning and then like the undertone, so you could do your part over the top of it. We'll get it. We'll iron it out.
I know. But anyway, I almost feel jealous of this kid, because when you were a kid, and you got a box for like a toy or something, or like a Power Wheels Jeep, you came in a big box, and then of course the box became a toy as well.
Right.
And so like this kid just created like
he had a bed. He had clothes. He was taking food. He would take the food back into his base camp and eat the food, sleep there at night. And oddly enough, no one reported this kid missing.
Well, first off, we'll get there. But first off, this shows that Walmart has no security watching. Like, they have 75 cameras. They're all fake. None of them.
Well, I used to work retail, and I can tell you that most of those domes, over 80% of them, do not have a camera in it.
What?
Yeah, 80% of the domes at a retail location do not have cameras in them. There's usually a camera over the registers, over the doors, and then at one strategic point in the store to view most of it, but most of them are just fakes.
So it's not like Las Vegas, like in the slot machines or whatever, where they have a.
And remember, I said retail stores. Vegas, there's probably cameras in every one. So don't think. Well, Jay said there was no cameras in these.
That's why I did the quarter trick with the string. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so I can walk up into my Walmart right now and literally like go into the middle of of the clothing section and could possibly get away with stealing something.
Yeah, it's typically the perimeter of the store, the registers, and the exits. And everything in between are dummy domes to make you think that there's cameras in there.
I hope everyone in America watches this. I hope everyone watches it. And then they go shopping at Walmart and steal stuff and then burn down a gas station.
Right.
I'm kidding. Please do not shoplift at Walmart and blame it on us. Please do
And
not
do not blow
shop.
up a gas station.
Please do not do these things. Actually, no. Yes, do those things because we'll end up on the news and we'll be famous.
We'll have more to talk about on Sundays.
Yeah, well, no, we'll be in hot water with the FBI. Did you
Right.
tell people on YouTube to blow up a gas station and also rob clothes from Walmart?
We need to speak to the JCAS.
Did you play breaking news instrumentals?
And
Yes.
after the instrumentals, did you tell people that there weren't cameras in the domes? Yes,
Did
we did.
you?
And
Did
then
you?
you tell them to steal and go blow up a gas station? I neither confirm nor deny that we told them to blow up a gas station.
Did you tell people that if they have a shotgun hole in their screen door, that they could call Carpenter Home Service and Repair and it would be fixed? Did you tell them that?
Okay, that one is true.
That one I did. That one I'll
That one
admit.
we're gonna say yes to.
Yeah, no. I want to get this kid on the show. Make it. You're the producer / whatever. Like honestly, Jay does more for the show I think now than I do ever. Like Jay will text me and be like, "Yo, man, I got this, and this." I'm like, "It's cool, man. Just send me the link to get in, and so I mean,
I'll show up.
all I know to do is this stuff right here. If you're watching the Almost a Show podcast, this is all I know how to do, and I'm a little mad that Kiki has lost her lower third. I'm a little sad.
We can make her a new one.
I am. I'm a little sad.
I'm gonna have to find her picture again though.
Again, at Thrall and Kill has mentioned us on Twitter yet again, or mentioned me on Twitter. And said it takes a real man to acknowledge that they have a penis-shaped microphone. Well, you said microphones. I only have one currently here in the studio.
Right.
I
The
do
other
have
penis mic.
I do. I have
His
TJ's.
nightstand.
I do have TJ's microphone at home. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I have it. So there are two penis-shaped. I guess if you do, in a way, look at it, it does kind of look penis-shaped.
No, it's not kinda. It really does.
And then we talked about coming in our pants. Like, come on.
Right. Where's your head, Sean?
It's right here.
And the people that don't watch have no idea why that was funny.
Well, so we need to tease some things. Like, we don't need to actually, like, say, well, if you didn't see, they just need to watch. Like, that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
And they would get the head joke that we're talking about right now.
Yep.
As I'm trying to point at it. That's what they're trying to do. We have 0 comments on YouTube. We have 0.
We still have one viewer though.
What about that Wednesday show you guys used to
Why
do?
don't you guys record on Wednesdays anymore?
Anyway,
record on Wednesdays.
Sundays.
Record on Wednesdays.
Well, maybe we should record
on
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays.
We should record on Wednesdays. Maybe we should. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll record on Wednesdays.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I think that's what we...
Well, I try, and you know what? I'm gonna blame Facebook. I even took the time to make a poll and say what's the better time for you guys? We're really trying to make this as easy for the viewers as possible.
Well, here's the
Our
thing.
AAS family, you got to meet us halfway though.
Here's the thing with that, man. Here's the thing with that. Is that there are 385 likes on our Facebook page, okay? Of that, Facebook with their algorithm, which we've posted the whole algorithm details. We're not getting into that tonight.
No.
That's at facebook.com/nobodygivesafuck almost a show.
Backslash almost a show.
But so we have 385 likes, okay? Of that, Facebook usually only sends it out to 10% of the people that like your page, which is bullshit, because why would they like your page if they wanted to like your page and see what you're liking on your page?
And to be honest, and maybe that's why we only get the same 5 or 6 people on Facebook that actually...
Which we're not complaining about.
No, we're not complaining. But I was looking at the Rush Limbaugh thing that you put up. That has over 1,000 views. The reach on that is over 1,100. It's crazy.
Right. Well, this is and I'm getting nerdy now. So what that does is, let's say, okay, Jay, let's say you liked it.
Yep.
JCaz liked it, okay? And you have 600 friends, all right? So 300 of them saw you share it. And then someone else shared it, and then someone else shared it, and they have 300 friends, and then they have 300 friends. So they have 900 people. Right. So then your friends are the ones that actually saw it. They didn't like the page. Facebook to me is just like, dude, the stupid thing is, like, we have 80,000 likes on our station page, on our radio station page.
That's a lot.
We'll post something like we actually create our own memes. Like, we'll create like actual us memes, you know, with our faces, and like we had our boss in here naked one day, like that, like just stupid shit to like like the naked thing pissed me off because I almost saw his junk, and that's just way too much.
We're not prepared for that.
And so we generated this meme, and I was like, this is going to be viral, this is going to be epic. Posted it up, we have almost 80,000 likes. 3 likes. 3. Today, hold on. Today, hold on. So today, this is how fucked up Facebook is. Today, I'm going to the page now because I want to prove to you how everybody get off Facebook and just go to Twitter at Almost a Show. So today, my boss makes a meme of him eating a tomato sandwich with mayonnaise. Jay, do you like tomato sandwiches with mayonnaise?
I don't like tomatoes, so
All right.
no. That sounds weird.
So tomato sandwich with mayonnaise. Hate it or love it. Tomato and mayo sandwich, okay? That stupid, idiotic, not stupid, but it's one of those, like, it didn't take us time and a half to do it.
Right.
4,000 likes and 1,500 comments about tomato mayo sandwiches. And 117,000 people saw it.
Jeez.
The most that I've ever seen was the station I worked at before here, and we actually hit 1 million likes.
That's impressive.
Yeah. That was the most epic thing I've ever seen. But it pisses me off, especially the Rush Limbaugh thing, and I've totally forgot to mention that. And I'm hesitant to, because we may or may not run him on one of our other stations within the building, so I don't want to have him come down on me and beat me up or sit on me. Either.
He couldn't hear you coming anyways. I think he's got like tinnitus or something.
He's just why turn it political? Like, Robin Williams kills himself, and then you go,
we're turning into everything's political. You have to be on one side or the other.
Look, the only thing that we're gonna end the show here, because I'm mad about 2 things, and the first thing is the Rush Limbaugh thing. You know, you can't turn it political. Like, he didn't commit suicide because he's a liberal or he's not. It's stupid, and I don't want to get political on the show because that's not what the Almost Show podcast is about. That's what Silas Show is all about. But
very good, by the way.
Yes, and you can hear him on the Blaze Network now on Sirius XM. Yeah, he's moving on up. He's as Chris. Sorry, that's his real name. I'm very proud of the kid. He's very good. I don't see him much anymore because he's so busy. Him and Glenn Beck are like this now. They're tight, you know.
Yeah.
And he has a penis microphone too. Okay.
I'm not saying it's not a good mic. I'm just saying with the little cap on it, it looks like a penis.
His is smaller.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can find everything, of course. You can find everything, of course, at almostashow.com. We will join you hopefully Sunday, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sunday 9 East, 6 p.m. on the West Coast pot smoking Pacific.
Yay.
Unless you guys, all one of you watching the YouTube channel want to have a new time.
Yeah, I mean, Sundays are flexible. That's the reason that we pick Sundays, is because we figured, and maybe we assumed wrongly, hi dog, that...
what I feel like is getting in the way.
You just sit around and you just chill, and you have time to sit and watch a YouTube video, and it works for us.
You can watch it on your iPad or iPhone. You don't have to go to your computer.
Don't need to put the laptop on your lap. Don't need to sit in the chair at your desk and watch it on the computer. Just pull out your phone. We know you guys got them. Nobody does not have a smartphone these days.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know somebody.
You don't want to tell who it is?
Why would I'm gonna rat my mom out because she knows something?
Oh.
Actually, no, I take it back. She just got one. She got the Android thing, which I hate her for because I'm like, yeah, but I have all Apple devices, so
Yeah.
we could have.
And it was the most, archaic device ever made.
Which for me, it's like I go over to her house and she's like, how do you do this and do this? And I'm trying to teach
your
her.
mother's Adam Sandler.
Oh yes, and so I'm teaching her how to do the things in the Android, and then she got a Kindle, and I'm not very familiar with a Kindle, so I'm trying to help her out with that. But then she'll grab my iPad and just whiz through it like there's no big deal, and I'm like, Mom, just buy an iPad. I'm like, why put yourself through the struggle of Android devices when you know how to use my iPad?
Right.
I don't get it. But anyway, yes, you can watch the Almost a Show podcast live on the YouTube channel. You can hit subscribe in the link. There's a subscribe button where there.
In our pants.
There. It's below our pants.
Everything that's important is in our pants.
I like this. Hashtag in my pants. No, actually, no, don't, because God forbid, Lindsay from Florida, who's 17 and watches the show, she's be like, hashtag in my pants. Oh my God.
And then the FBI comes.
Yeah, and then
got ourselves in some hot water this episode.
Yeah, well, let's see. So a 17-year-old's going to hashtag in my pants, and we're going to get in trouble. There's somebody that's going to blow up a gas station, and then we're going to have people steal clothes from Walmart.
Yep, all our fault.
Yeah.
All in all, successful show.
14-year-old kid, we want him on the show.
Well, I'll do my best.
On a Sunday? You know what's getting in the way? I know what's getting in the way on a Sunday.
Well, football's going to get in the way here pretty soon.
Well, what's really going to get in the way is The Bachelor.
I'm going to go with football.
No, not for me. I don't watch it, but I'm saying most of our listeners are female.
That is true.
So I think that The Bachelor is playing a role. I do. I seriously think The Bachelor's playing a role.
Is it on?
Yes.
Is it ever not on between The Bachelor and The Bachelor?
I don't think it's ever not on. Yeah, I think they're just together.
Because I'm married and you're engaged, and they
I don't watch it. I don't watch it.
Maybe we need to get a single guy on here, and we'll have more viewers. Is Dex single?
Who?
Was it Dex?
Dex is not. He has a girl.
All right, well, then we got to get TJ back.
TJ.
Help us, TJ. You're our only hope.
I feel like we're one of those sitcoms on NBC where the time keeps moving. They'll move it 4 or 5 times and then cancel it. And then so
2 viewers, son. We just jumped.
So if we I'm a little scared because it's if we move the time again, all right, that's time 2. They give us 3 more, and then we're like Family Guy the first time where they shut us off.
No, wait, we have new activity.
I don't know
on the YouTube page.
I don't know what new activity is, but I'm sure. I don't know. But whoever's writing on the YouTube page in our pants.
Oh, Jess Acosta has been trying to sign up to YouTube this whole time just to leave us a comment. That is very nice.
Wait, why am I not able to see this?
I got an email notification. There is a lag between when somebody types something and when it shows up on the group chat.
You know what's scary is when your Facebook logs out automatically and you didn't tell it to.
It's the algorithm.
Yo, well, no, seriously. On the real, my buddy's Facebook page got deleted.
Because he liked too much stuff?
No, what happened was he posted up the thing about the Michael Brown thing in Alaska or wherever. Who is this? And so somebody reported it, the Michael Brown thing that he posted, and then Facebook sent him an email saying, because he was using his pseudonym name on the air, like Dave on Q102 or whatever, or not Q102 because you can't use numbers in the thing, like Dave on the radio basically. So he would use Dave on the radio and just put on the radio all together, which millions of people do. So Facebook sent him an email saying, hey, we need a copy of your driver's license to verify you are who you are. And he wrote back, he's like, nope, not at all, just delete the page. And he's a conspiracy theorist too. He thinks that Facebook is another way for...
I'm going off the grid.
Yeah, he thinks Facebook's another way for the government to track you, which I don't disagree with. But anyway, so who was the girl? Jessica? Jenna?
It just says Jess. I think it's Jess. Jesse. Jessie?
Jeff. Do you not know your Jess and Jess's Jessicas and Jessies?
I don't have a Waffle House.
Hey, I'm sad that you don't have a Waffle House. I'm trying to look up her real quick, and then we'll get off here.
Jesse Acosta. Jess Acosta. Jesse Acosta. GC Acosta. I don't know any other way to pronounce it.
Wait, what's... So we got another one. Justin Reed is watching us, is that right?
I have no idea. It's blowing up before our eyes. I can't handle it.
I'm lost. Well, Jessica, Jesse, Jessen, whoever, I don't know. We appreciate you listening. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, everything at almostashow.com, and we hate Facebook, and as much as we hate it, we'll still post to it.
Oh, that's the Twitter. Thronkill. That's who it is.
You're losing me here, son.
Well, the Jesse Acosta was using Twitter as Thronkill, so it's the same person.
Oh, ha! Shouts to Justin. He was our only YouTube watcher. Oh, I was the one viewer. Oh, look at that. Anyway, you can find everything at almost.
Favorites.
Well, Justin Reed is actually the owner of 84 Design. Does all of our logos and stuff.
There we go.
So that's what's doing. Again, Sundays 9 East, 6 p.m. West Coast. Unless you guys feel like The Bachelor's getting in the way, and then you can let us know on Twitter or Facebook what it's doing. That's going to do it for us, the Almost a Show podcast. Jay Kaz and myself. We will see you back here on Sunday, and Kiki misses you as well. Until then, we'll see you. Bye bye.
Listening to the Almost a Show podcast on the go couldn't be easier. Listen on your smartphone, tablet, or Kindle by downloading the Stitcher app.